Hey guys, it's Hollywood Studios here, and welcome back to another edition of Public's Thoughts. If you don't know how this series works, essentially what I do is put out an announcement on social media that I'm starting the next video for the ride in question. People send their brief opinions on the ride, and it gets categorized into 3 different categories. You either get categorized into better than expecting or underrated, as good as expecting or fairly rated, or not as good as expecting or overrated. Obviously, today's video is on Nitro, and let's start off with the people who thought Nitro was as good as they were expecting or fairly rated.
Hello, my name is Alex from AlexStudio14 on Instagram, and I think Nitro is a fairly rated ride, mainly because I just think it's really good. It deserves a lot of the love it gets. It's because it's just, like I said, it's a really good ride. Lots of good airtime, just really fast, really fun. It also, like, I've ridden other B&M hypers so far. Like, I've ridden Goliath at Over Georgia, Kinemonium at Hershey, and other rides, Apollo's Chariot, and some other stuff. But Nitro is still like a really good ride, despite like going on so many other B&M hypers, because it just has a lot of good aspects to it. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
What's going on, guys? It is Teacup Thrills, and I want to share my opinion about Nitro. Nitro is pretty good for what I was expecting. Obviously the first ride I thought it was like the greatest thing in the world, but after riding Candemonium, I rank Candemonium above Nitro, but good airtime for what it has, and so far very good ride. One time I actually rode Nitro 8 times in a row in the rain, which was a pretty fun experience. If you really don't want to see, go ride Nitro in the front row.
Hi, I'm Brian, a coaster enthusiast from Coaster Patch Shirt Guy. I think Nitro is fairly rated, that it is as good as its reputation is. Although when I first rode it, the opening year, I definitely think it was underrated, being a smooth hyper. I remember you even had the little side strap they had hooked to the harness, which they no longer have now. There's a lot of floater airtime on this where you just glide out of your seat. It adds a good balance in the park, having El Toro, the heavy hitter with the ejector airtime and throwing out of your seat. And just Nitro, the big, fast, majestic coaster. Nothing beats a night ride through the woods. Nothing better than that.
Hi, my name is John Gray from John Go Birds 2390. My take on Nitro is it's as fairly as good as it is as far as a B&M hyper goes. It's mid-tier for Great Adventure, from the Hammerhead to the Helix to the Camelbacks to the end. It's, you know, it's good for what it is. You know, it's mid-tier. You know, yeah, that's really my take on it.
I am Matt from Thrill Chronicle, and I think Nitro is a fairly rated coaster. I have ridden this for over a decade, and it can be hit or miss. On some days, Nitro is fun to ride, and on other days it's not that interesting, but it doesn't mean that it's terrible. I've ridden better B&M hypers, but I still like to ride it at least once during my visits to Great Adventure.
Hi, I'm Mark. I am on the account CoasterMan71. I, along with my wife, went to Six Flags Great Adventure in 2021 and rode Nitro and got the ride I expected. It's got great elements. It's got some great dive turns. The coaster didn't disappoint. So yeah, I was pretty happy with the outcome of that ride. Good, all in all, good B&M hyper.
Hey, my name is Katie from Katie's Coasters over on Instagram, and I personally think that Nitro is fairly rated. 5 years ago, I would have said that it was underrated, but today, with Fury 325 and all these other brand new coasters, including RMCs, I think Nitro is now fairly rated. I do see how Nitro, though, gets a little overlooked by some of the other better coasters at Great Adventure, but definitely Nitro is still just a fun, enjoyable ride you can always count on having a fun time on. Personally, for me, I rank Nitro number 2 on my overall B&M hyper list.
Coaster Crusader here. Nitro used to be my favorite ride in the park, but after 2018, the ride hasn't been as good as it used to be. It's far from the worst hypercoaster I've been on, but the experience is heavily varied depending on where you sit. In the front row is definitely my favorite spot to sit on the ride, but some days I'll get the back if I want that yeet down the drop.
Hello, my name is Nick, also known as Wavy Nab on Instagram, and I think Nitro is fairly rated. I've seen a lot of people say it's in the top 3, and for the most part I can agree with that. It has great airtime, it's pretty intense, and it has great reroutability. The only downside is that sometimes it can run a little slow and it's not as entertaining. But other than that, it's a great ride and I look forward to many more rides this season.
Hey guys, it's Owen from PA Coaster Fan, and out of all my 11 rides on Nitro, I can say that it has met my expectations. Nitro can have really good days where you get tons of airtime and it's glass smooth, whereas other days it can run extremely rattly and have barely any airtime at all. But more often than not, I always come off Nitro thinking that it is a solid ride, but it's nothing that will blow you away. It is also my 4th favorite ride at Six Flags Great Adventure.
Hi, I'm Phil from Hollywood Studios, and I think Nitro is fairly rated. It's an excellent ride. It has excellent nighttime rides. It has excellent capacity for the park. I think Six Flags should put more of these rides in throughout the parks with such high capacity.
Hey guys, it's Sammy here from Built to Thrill, and my thoughts on Nitro are it's a great coaster. Love the camelbacks right in the beginning, and then the intensity on the helix is insane. I usually gray out when it's running good, and all the bunny hills at the end are so smooth. It's great. But yeah, I love the coaster. It's a great coaster. Definitely top 4 Great Adventure.
Hey everybody, I have some pros and cons about Nitro. Nitro is overall an amazing ride, and I give it a 9 out of 10. It's my 2nd favorite ride at the park, but here is one con I have. Going around that spiral has so many G-forces that sometimes you can walk off with a big headache, which is not so pleasing or thrilling. My other pro is those camel humps at the end. They're just so fun and they give you great airtime. And of course, I obviously love the drop. You get great pictures and great thrills.
What's up guys, my name is Sean Kanjima and I run the East Coaster Fan YouTube channel as well as the Instagram, and I think that Nitro is a fairly rated ride. It has a really good layout that goes outside of the park, as well as featuring great airtime hills and that amazing upwards helix. However, the ride really depends on when you ride it. It is great during a warm day, but can run a little bit sluggish during the cold weather. Regardless, whenever I bring GP into the park, that's usually their favorite ride. So it's still a great addition to have in the park.
Hi, my name is Ty from T_Henderson90210 on Instagram, and I think that Nitro is a fairly rated coaster. I first experienced Nitro back in 2018 and I still love it to this day. I think that Nitro gives some pretty nice airtime moments, especially the airtime hill after the hammerhead turn, which is my personal favorite. And I also like the fact that it's located in the woods, which gives for a really good night ride. Just that feeling of soaring through the woods in pitch black darkness. It's really exciting to me.
Next, we're going to take a look at the people who thought Nitro is not as good as expecting or overrated.
Hi, my name is Nico from X Coasters Forever, and I think that Nitro is a little overrated. While the drop and the tall camelback hills deliver some nice and sustained floater airtime, and the helix pull some strong positive G-forces, the return trip with the final 3 hills before the final block breaks section feels pretty weak because the final 3 hills deliver pretty weak floater airtime. However, Nitro still delivers a fun and enjoyable ride experience nonetheless, and it is one of the most popular rides at Great Adventure.
Hi, my name is Jonathan from Controversial Coasters on Instagram and YouTube, and I think Nitro is overrated. I've ridden it 16 times all over the train and in all different settings, and I just don't see the hype for this ride. The best airtime moment is weak floater on the drop. Besides that, there's no airtime anywhere. But at least the upwards helix is pretty good.
And finally, we're going to take a look at the people who thought Nitro was better than expecting or that it's underrated.
Hey, what's up? This is Ace. I want to talk about Nitro, why Nitro is great. And in most eyes, it's underrated. On the warmer days, actually the hotter days, the best time to ride Nitro because Nitro will haul right through the whole track. And my preference is the back of Nitro because you get all the airtime, and that's the best ride.
What's up, guys? Austin from Derailed Coasters here, and I personally think Nitro is an underrated roller coaster. I think the people that claim that it's a weaker B&M Hyper have never experienced it at its full potential, which I believe to be at nighttime. At nighttime, it runs a lot faster, the helix is more intense, you get a lot more airtime, and the nighttime experience that Nitro has to offer, in my opinion, is the best at Six Flags Great Adventure. That out and back layout in the dark is incredibly fun and a very enjoyable experience.
Hi, I'm Christian from Seabowers at SFGA on Instagram, and I think Nitro is underrated. I think its out and back layout makes for a perfect night ride, especially during the summer when it's warmed up. Nitro does have its good and bad days, but on its good days, it delivers a great floater experience. It does have a minor rattle, but it's nothing that will spoil the ride experience. I think it's overall a great ride.
This is Jack from Theme Park Pigs 55, and my thoughts on Nitro are that it is an underrated ride because it's really intense, has some great airtime. While it may not be one of the top hypers that people think of, it's still a great ride and has a lot of really fun moments, especially when there's no trims. Then those last hills are really forceful.
Hi, my name is Joey from Joe the Coast Fan, and I think Nitro is underrated and is the best Bollinger mobiliard coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure. First off, it's got a great layout and it really does fit in with the new Pine Barrens area. The three bunny hills are my most favorite part of the ride because sometimes you get some projector airtime there when it's hauling in the summer. But Nitro was my first coaster to go over 200 feet though, and Nitro is my third favorite coaster there, and I give it a 10 out of 10 because it really does great.
I think Nitro is underrated because people don't talk enough about the sunset rides or the night rides on Nitro, and those are especially underrated because the first drop is going to feel insane, especially if you have just a little bit of wind on that day. It's really going to feel special because then it's almost going to be like you don't know what's coming and things are going so fast and your surroundings are just, crazy because it's so dark out and you just have no visibility really. And, aside from the airtime and all those things that Nitro has, I really think the sunset and dark rides are truly underrated on Nitro.
Hey, this is Caitlin from Technical13 on Instagram, and I think Nitro is a pretty underrated ride. It provides an intense helix, nice floater airtime, is in a nice setting, and is very re-rideable.
Hi, my name is Kyle from Theme Park Films Industries on YouTube. And I think Nitro is better than expected because Nitro is a really smooth ride, flies you 80 miles an hour, and for its age of being 21 years old, that first drop gives you massive airtime. And the best time to ride is at night, because at night, it's the best at night, trust me. You're going to ride it at night, and that's why also I think Nitro is better than expected. Nitro is also smooth, intense, and also has floater airtime. It's a great ride.
Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Toro, and my thoughts on Nitro is it was better than I expected when I first rode it back in the day. My first ride was back in 2016, and I remember being terrified as a kid. And I thought, wow, what is this thing? But after my first ride, I've ridden lots of times over the years. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Hello, I'm Leo the Crab on Instagram, and I think Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure is probably the most underrated roller coaster on the planet. I might have a bit of bias because this is one of my first really big roller coasters, but I think it has perfect airtime, great balancing of different types of things. There's also positive G's and some fun turns, and it's also a really long ride. I can't think of a single flaw in this ride, and hot take, I have this ranked above Steel Vengeance. So yeah, if you can get it by now, I'm a huge Nitro sip.
And that is everyone's opinions. I want to thank everyone who participated in the video, and I want to thank you for watching till the very end. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below which ride you'd like to see a public thoughts video on next. I'm Colin from Hollywood Studios, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.